You have to learn how to pull away from some things and when to pull away from some things. There's no question. There's no if. There's no buts. There's no delay. There's no trying to wait a little bit longer to see when is the right time to pull back. No, when you feel as though or you see that no point in time these things here is going to contribute any more to you, take away from it. Stop looking at it. Stop thinking about it. Stop trying to wait it out. You're not getting anything. Back out because for some reason we're so caught up in this. I need to invest. I need to pour more. That's if I pour more, I benefit more. High risk, high reward kind of thing. No, because a lot of times that mindset is what's going to cause you to keep putting yourself in a risk that you don't get anything from, and you're not going to be in that position the rest of your life. I can assure you that you don't want to be in that position the rest of your life. I've been in that position a few times. I've seen people in that position a few times, and the easiest way that it takes place is people. People take from people. That's just how the world works the majority of the time, in whatever aspect it is. People benefit from people. People take from people. People hurt people. People it's just everything is people related, and people are the main thing that you interact with all the time, indirectly, directly, through social media, in person. People are going to somehow, way, shape, or form get you to give more of yourself than you want to be giving of yourself when you don't even want to do that, but it's just gonna happen. And that's why you didn't understand, like, when you feel that happening, when you feel like you're just putting too much out there that you need for yourself, that you just don't feel comfortable doing, don't do that. Stop allowing yourself to be convinced and to be deceived by people that kind of build you up, ramp you up, like, oh yeah, you can do this, right? Or make you feel so comfortable to where it's like, you know what, I think this is the one. I think this is the person. I think this is who I'm actually gonna bear my, whatever with, right, and do things for, and just hope in return I can get something back. Yeah, you know what? Let's go forward with it. Let's do this, right? I'm gonna let all my whole guard down. I'm gonna do this for this person. No ifs, ands, buts. Let's just go. But if you're so confident in your ability to do that, but also like kind of keep what you're giving in return, at least the main skill that you have to possess every time is just knowing when to pull back. A lot of us don't know when to pull back. We don't know when is the right time to just fully step back. Or sometimes we do. And the worst part about being aware of something is not knowing how to act on it. Because there's so much things that we know. There's so many things that we know we're capable of, or we have the ambition essentially to do it, the drive to do it, the mindset, but we don't know what to do with our hands. When it comes down to putting it into fruition, when it comes down to making something out of it, molding it, we don't know what actions to make. We don't know what to do with it. We just see the resources laying in front of us and we're just stuck. So now instead of going forward with the plan of let's put this in motion, I'm gonna wait it out. You know what? I'm gonna come back to it. I might figure it out down the road, and then when I'm really ready, I'll put it together. No, when you see it right there, when you see all those tools and those pieces laying in front of you, do it right then and there. Because at some point, those tools might not be there. Or that ambition that you have is not going to be there because that's no longer going to be you. You no longer care about it that much. You're gonna have now assume the character of the person that wants to get taken advantage of. You don't even care about trying to find ways to not be that. You don't care. You waited too long. You took too much time. And that precious time you're taking, trying to figure out when is the right time, how am I gonna do this, etc. Whatever you're gonna do, that time is most likely spent draining you, still consuming pieces of you. So why do you want to? Why do you still take that time? Act like time isn't a factor when the whole time you're still gonna be losing. It doesn't matter because you want to wait it out. You want to think that, well, time does solve our problems, of course, but the only way that's gonna really do anything with that time is you have to still make that time work. Time is just gonna act, it's not gonna put itself together over time. No, you're gonna put it together over time. And the biggest thing is, it's like, regardless of whether or not you want to do it, like, time is just gonna move without you. But yes, things are gonna take place as time goes on. That's just how it works. So like I said, those pieces might not be there no more. You might not have what it takes to do it anymore. So just go for it. Just get out the way and do it now. But like I said, like the that just goes for other stuff. I like to kind of have what I say applies to other aspects of life, but strictly in this time period, knowing how much everyone needs of themselves, you cannot be too caught up and focused on ways to give it to someone else, and then on top of that, be so willing to give and then not knowing when to take. You don't have to take from them. You just have to take what you gave and like give it back to yourself. Take it back for yourself. because you can't keep being out here leaving people with pieces of yourself, knowing that you don't even have much to give for you, knowing that you don't have much of yourself to give, knowing that at some point you're gonna completely lose the identity of who you are, then that's gonna keep making you lose your mind and just lose whatever. And that's honestly all you need to keep sometimes though. Like if you do feel comfortable with just leaving somebody with something, make sure it's just a tangible, materialistic object. That's it. You can't afford to be losing yourself up here trying to figure out what to give somebody or how you can, or like what they did to you or just whatever. You cannot afford that. That's the loss you can't afford to lose. But when you keep figuring out, like you keep trying to give at something, at some point, something up here is gonna come out. When you no longer have things to bear with your hands, and all you have left to give this person is your mind and just your absolute focus, your attention, whatever that thing may be, and you just start to lose it and lose it because you didn't understand when you weren't gonna start gaining. That's the problem. You see this number start to decline. You see everything start to take place and not work out no more. But you fail to realize that at some point you could stop that. You don't have to watch it go down right in front of you, but it could feel like that. It could feel like you don't have the power to do it, but you do. I promise you, you do. I feel like I haven't had it multiple times, or when I did have it, I acted on it and I double backed. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not too confident in my, you know, in my execution. I'm gonna try again a little bit later. Like I said, that delayed me postponing that caused more problems to take place because I wasn't confident enough to just cut it off where it should have been cut off. Now I'm doing more pain. Now I'm doing more problems. Now I'm doing more issues that could have been completely avoided had I stood on that one thing and said, you know what? No, we're not doing this. This is over with. Done deal. I don't gotta sit here and talk about more examples or try to like dive into it more. You understand what you should be doing. That's all you need to be doing. That's all you need to be focused on. So right now, if you feel like there's something that you just gotta put your foot down and keep it down, do that. Cause the minute you take your foot off, the minute you stop thinking about what it is that you should be doing, some shit's gonna happen. And you don't want and sometimes you just can't afford for that to happen. You can't afford to let something slip and go right past you because you weren't thinking about what to do in the meantime.